right along. So, question is, if you go to buy a diamond, what do you want to look for? The easiest diamond to buy is a round diamond. Why is that? Because a round diamond is a grade called cut. Can everyone see that? Cut. If that's excellent, and the other two parameters, polish and symmetry, are also excellent, you are well defended. You have to make sure that where it says fluorescence, it says none. You don't want blue fluorescence. You want a blue diamond for $1 trillion. But you don't want blue fluorescence because it's going to knock down the price of the diamond even by half. A decolored diamond with strong blue is worth half the price of a decolored diamond with none. So it's tricky. There's a lot of scams because on the internet, for instance, say, buy a blue diamond, buy a blue diamond. It's not a blue diamond. It's a white diamond with blue fluorescence, which is death. Interesting, right? He's so careful. And you don't have to be careful, but you're just fascinating. And we used to get calls like 10 years ago. I want a blue diamond for $700. Like, what do you want? What do you want? Well, I can get 10 of them on the internet. Oh, I don't think so. Anyway, here's D flawless, but it doesn't have to be D flawless, right? Get diamonds with the GIA, right? Everybody knows that. Then the next question is, how do I know that the certificate actually matches that stone, right? That's the next question. Here's a certificate, here's a diamond. How do we know that they belong to each other? Okay, as we say in the trade, that's the least of your worries. Well, they have measurements, and all jewelers around the world have millimeter gauges, a 3 measurement, and you just literally measure it. I mean, it's not as if someone's out to get you switching a diamond, but just general prudence. Trust but verify, right? Trust but verify, Ronald Reagan's old line with the Russians, trust but verify. Trust but verify, well, the measurements will be there. So, to recap, if you're buying a D color, an E color, any color, let's say hypothetically buying between D and H color in that zone. Let's say hypothetically buying between flawless and VS. Okay, you tell the jeweler, I only want to see let's call it triple X. And of course, by the by, no fluorescence. You gently drop that. Then you're well defended, then you can compare price. Go to Tiffany, etc., etc. And the round diamond is close that any gem comes to being a commodity. But buyers like a commodity. The closer it is to commodity, the more you defend it. If you want to get fancy, you made a lot of money on this or that, you want to buy other things, it's a different story. But if you want to play defense, that's the way to play defense. And it's a very defendable situation. You can defend yourself the consumer can defend themselves very, very well buying a round diamond. This last parameter is only in place about 10 years, maybe less. So, but with the parameter in place, you can defend yourself. That's pretty clear, right? Okay. Now let's go along to more advanced warfare, advanced diamond warfare. Okay. We were in the market for a matched pair of 10 to 12 carat each for a client. Our cost should be roughly about $5 million for the pair. And we put out feelers in the market. And a dealer, a well-known name, said they have a pair. They happen to have a pair. So I said to my staffer, Ellie, who's here. Ellie's here. Well, Ellie said to me, how can they possibly have it at a good price? They're retailers. I said, well, sometimes retailers have secondary goods coming to the market, especially now. There are people, of course, due to the situation in quotes, who are selling expensive gems into the market. Okay. And we actually bought another pair, a similar type of situation, a few weeks ago. Of 5 carats, which came into the market, bought them very well. Okay, so the retailer, it's a name brand retailer, or it's not Winston, sends over the goods. And we see this notation, it says HPHT. You see that? That means it's worth 90% less. No, I know. They offered us at 4 million. They're worth 400,000. They offered to us. They try to con us. These are not smart people. They try to con us. Imagine the consumer. So this is important. This is, again, I said, advanced warfare. So what does this mean? There are high-tech techniques to take H-color diamonds and change them into E-color diamonds, right? To boost them a few grades under high pressure, high temperature. And it slightly alters the chemical composition. And the lab can tell. The GIA lab can tell. So we say to the GIA lab, don't certify it at all. Don't give it your imprimatur, because there's an accident waiting to happen. Eventually, it's going to sneak past someone's radar. They've broken their heads to figure out E-color, to figure out VVS, right? To figure out GIA, to figure out no fluorescence, and now you're ambushing them with losing 90% of their value with this HPHD in there. They didn't never even heard of HPHD. So we told GIA, why don't you stop? They say, no. We are an educational institution, and we have to see the deal flow to see all the different types of diamonds coming through. I said, it's true, you're an educational institution, but your main job, Mr. Nonprofit Organization, is to defend the public. Remember that? I know it sounds trite and old-fashioned, remember? Defend the public. Anyway, we go back and forth, getting nowhere. Now, so I can and will send a few letters out to Wall Street Journal in the next 60 days, Congressman, etc., but it's messy for me, because I'm going to make an enemy of the GIA. But I plan to do it, not because I'm such a great guy, but it has to be done. The whole thing's absurd. And this is what goes on. It's unbelievable. So this is the bluest chip lab in the world, and they're putting at risk the consumer. And why am I giving this discussion now? Because this will be on YouTube, and I hope everyone sees it. But these people have sawdust in their brains. If there's pressure, so to speak, from some of the 10 HPHD manufacturers on the chief of the GIA lab to allow this, if you get my drift, I don't know. I wouldn't bet against it, because the whole thing is so outrageous. But this is a seminar on investing in diamonds, and it might just be that somebody here wants to put a few $1 million in diamonds. So you see the nonsense that goes on. And they hold themselves as the holiest, purest entity in the entire universe. You should understand this. We are the GIA. You were just mortal diamond dealers. You were just merchants. We are the pristine lab. We understand gems. It's unbelievable that this is going on. Anyway, that's my time.